Hi, this is Antandra, and today in this episode of Sound Design Sessions, I'm going to show you some physical modeling synthesis. So, what is physical modeling synthesis? It's basically taking real-world sounds and breaking them down into their components, and it's a type of synthesis that's based on trying to recreate real-world sounds. So, one example of this is collision in Ableton. It's part of Ableton Suite. And this is the default preset, so when I play a note, it sounds kind of bell-like in a way. And it's on this beam setting, so if I were to change this to, say, marimba, then we have a different type of sound there, and if I go to string, yet another type, and then membrane, plate, pipe, and you can adjust the level here, and also the decay and radius of the sound. So then we have tube. So that's the basics of it. Then you have what's called an exciter, so you can have like a noise that's triggered initially to simulate like a pluck or a strike. So yeah, there's a lot of sounds possible with such a synthesizer. You can filter that excited noise, and you can adjust the envelope for the attack and decay, sustain, release. And the harmonics, or inharmonic content. Yeah, so that's just with collision, and then keep in mind you have two different resonators, so you could turn on a second one. And let's see, let's make that one sound interesting. And you can also adjust linked settings here. But yeah, let's see, let's turn this one on. Well, let's copy the first one to the second one, and then we can blend it. Change the structure so you can have it running one into the other, or both in parallel. So that's why we couldn't hear it when I turned that one off, because it was not running through anymore. But now I could change this one to a tube. You can get stacked, layered sounds, and if you change something in linked mode, it'll change it for both. That's your tuning and your fine tuning. And then you have these LFOs, so you can modulate different parameters. So if I wanted it to change, say, the pitch of that, we could do that. We can also change the pitch of resonator 2. And we have 2 of those, so we can map them to whatever we want. So we could use this one to change the rate of LFO 1. We can turn off retrigger as well. We could change LFO 1 depth. A lot of possibilities there. So yeah, definitely take some time and explore it. Get really interesting, unique sounds out of this. In addition to collision, you also have the audio effect corpus in Ableton 10. Well, it's been around for a while. It's not new to Ableton 10. It's not exactly a synthesizer either, but you can take MIDI input, so it can almost act as a synth in itself, but it's an audio effect. So let's just do a little example with and without it. So without, we just have this default bell. And I'll adjust this a little bit. Okay, so then let's put corpus on there. And we can change this to whatever algorithm. Can tune it however we like, and you can also take MIDI input like I mentioned, so we could take it from the same track. You can have it affect the frequency. So without and with. So it complements it nicely, and you can get a wide range of sounds. And corpus could be used to process any audio that's coming in, not just a physical modeling synth like collision. So definitely worlds of possibilities to explore there. So that brings me to the next instrument I want to take a look at, which is Reactor 6 from Native Instruments, and it's this Mikro Prism synthesizer. Now this came free as part of Complete Start bundle, and so I highly recommend grabbing it. And I'll just flip through a few presets. This is a type of physical modeling synthesis as well. And you can adjust these knobs to get some wild results. It's kind of like additive as well, but it's definitely like a physical modeling aspect to it. Yeah, so Definitely a very cool instrument, and you can't beat free, so yeah. So I'll leave a link to these in the description as well. And you can. Last but not least, we're going to check out Sculpture in Logic Pro X. So here's another physical modeling synth that is quite powerful. I'll just run through a few presets and we'll tweak some parameters and talk about it a little bit. So. You can change this material XY pad here. So you have this morph XY pad down here as well. And you can map some different parameters. You have your vibrato here as well. Yeah, that's Sculpture for you. It's pretty vast. You can do quite a bit with it. So definitely urge you to check it out as well. Feel free to drop some comments about your favorite types of synthesis below. Hope you got something out of this video, and until next time, I'm Entendre.